Hello, movie friends. Hope you had a great week. Let's get into the news.
Honestly, I was so worried because we were both working on the Google Doc together as separate computers. I was worried there wasn't going to be an origin story in this week's episode for movie news. There is.
I didn't find one.
There's an origins. There's an origins in there. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Prequel origins. Yeah.
can't wait.
I was like scouring the movie internet. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Where's the origin story this week?
I threw it in there. Yeah.
Because there were like 2 or 3 last week, and we're on like a 17-week streak of there being origin stories.
Actually, I posted it in the Instagram story, this one in particular, because it never ends, the joke. But let's get into the box office.
Go for it.
Black Adam once again topped the weekend box office with 15 million domestic. It has the total cum of 135 in America, and then it's reached 290 million worldwide for an international box office run. Again, we think that this movie needs another 100 million. We'll see if it gets there.
What was it international? I'm sorry.
Right now, it's 290 total. Yeah.
International, global?
International, global.
Wow,
yeah.
that's kind of a...
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a bomb, but it's a disappointment.
It needs another 100 mil for sure. Then One Piece Film Red, which is a new anime film being released by Sony, came in second place with $9 million. Then Ticket to Paradise with Clooney and Roberts came in third place with $7 million, still performing very well at the box office. Smile is at number 4 with $3 million. And then Pray for the Devil, the other horror film out right now, made $2 million to make out the number 5 spot.
Smile is almost at 200 million. Last time
That's
I checked,
crazy.
I did a review of it a few days ago on the channel and on the podcast. It was at like 190 million global.
And it's mostly domestic too.
And it's $17 million budget. Crazy success. And speaking of new animated films, did you know there's a new Disney animated film coming out this month?
This month?
It's called Strange World.
Oh, yeah.
We almost got invited to like an event for it.
That didn't work out?
It didn't work out. I guess Disney doesn't like us.
Probably because we're shadow banned on TikTok and aren't getting any views.
Probably. But I looked into it, and I remember seeing a trailer for it like a couple weeks ago.
I saw a trailer a couple months ago.
Budget is $120 million. I'd be shocked if this thing pulls 200 because, again, they need to make like 250 for a profit, if that, 300. Just like the performance of like Lightyear, I'm expecting it to like not perform very well at the box office.
I remember seeing the trailer at least 2 months ago for the first time in theaters.
I haven't seen any marketing.
And I was like, that's a Disney? Like, that's what they're going with? It doesn't seem like... I don't think it's something that kids find interesting. And it looks kind of just like... When the trailer played, I was like, that's a movie trailer?
That's a movie.
That's a movie?
Jake Gyllenhaal leads the cast of voice actors. I'll be surprised if it pulls 200 million because I haven't seen any marketing for it anywhere, and it comes out on the 23rd.
Yeah, it's going to be a bomb.
So, I mean, we all know Lightyear didn't do very well either.
Disney.
So, the animated department, they're just like, I don't know what's going on because they're usually, Pixar is always bangers. And before we get into all the rest of the news, we did a movie poster giveaway contest posted yesterday on the YouTube channel. All you have to do to enter and to win a free poster is subscribe, obviously, to the channel, Raise the Lost Podcast, and leave a comment on the movie poster giveaway video. Not this video, the giveaway video for the poster. We'll pick a winner in a week. If you win, you pick a movie, and we'll send you a poster for free with our sponsor, movieposters.com.
Good luck, everyone.
Let's move on to news. I just want to point out that we predicted 28 months later being in production soon because on our Modern Horror Boom episode, we were like, why don't they make a third film to that trilogy? They can make a trilogy.
Months later.
28 months later was great. We love 28 Days Later, one of the best zombie infection movies of all time. And then 28 Weeks Later, really good sequel for a horror film. It's got its problems, but I mean, I still liked it a lot. But like 28 months later, now is the time to do it. Zombies are still hot.
So hot right now.
If they're zombies, if you debate they're zombies.
I know, you don't have to say that every time you bring up 28
we
days
have
later.
to, because then people will attack us.
Oh, whatever.
People will attack us.
Just call it a zombie movie. It's
People
a zombie
attack
movie.
us.
It's a zombie movie.
The script is finished by Alex Garland, and Danny Boyle wants to make it. This is crazy because it was 2 days like after we posted it, they announced this.
Alex Garland said he was inspired by a chat on a podcast called Raiders of the Lost Podcast. I love it. That's actually in the news story.
He wrote the script in 2 days after he heard that. They're right, I can do it.
Next up, Avatar 2 released its final trailer, and it is glorious. It's really incredible. Looks stunning, and it really set the scale for what we're about to see in theaters.
You actually watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Wow, I thought you were the watching trailer king.
I mean, it's
Avatar.
Couldn't resist it. Couldn't resist.
I'll only see it in theaters and IMAX. Like, I'm not watching it online.
Yeah.
Just like the previous one. I didn't watch the first.
It didn't give anything away at all.
I know, but the first Avatar trailer, I just wanted to wait till I was in IMAX to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to experience it in anything other than that for the first time.
What a cinephile.
Next up, we have a crazy, crazy story that happened on the set of Equalizer 3. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Went into production with Denzel and Antoine Fuqua both returning.
It's filming in Italy.
Filming right now. So on the set of the Equalizer 3, it's been the site of a drug bust as Italian police seized 120 grams of cocaine from crew members.
It's a lot of grams.
That's insane.
It's a lot of grams.
120 grams of coke from the crew
It's like
on the set of The Equalizer, which has been filming for like 2 weeks.
It's like this much, right?
It's probably more than that.
Yeah.
120 grams. Yeah, it's probably like a big bag.
Yeah, it's a
like
big bag.
Like a movie bag.
Gonna last the 3-month shoot, man.
They're probably like, it's a rob. It's a rob. È un troppo.
They had to have bought it in Italy. I mean, it just sounds like a dumb move all around by the crew guy.
È un film. È un film.
Cocaine.
Denzel.
Avete cocaine.
Un foto con Denzel. Crazy.
Allora, that's pretty ridiculous. It is a crime story now. Next up, we have some new releases this week. Jennifer Lawrence's return to the big screen after her hiatus, Causeway, has just been released on Apple TV. Also, Daniel...
Co-starring Brian Tyree
Yeah.
Henry, who was awesome. He's awesome in Atlanta, but also was in Bullet Train. So
Correct.
He's working with another A-lister here. He's just rising up so fast.
Absolutely. And then Daniel Radcliffe's new film based on Weird Al Yankovic's story has been released on Roku. Both films are getting good ratings and reviews.
Yeah. We have some Dune news.
Dune.
So it actually, a few days ago, was the 1-year start countdown for when Dune 2 comes out. So it's like 363 days until it comes out, which is pretty cool. Now, Dave Bautista came out saying Dune 2 is better and way more action-packed than the first film. So it's exciting. Obviously, if you've read the book and you know the story, you know it's going to be a lot more action-packed.
Have you read the book?
I've dabbled. I read it again recently for the 5th time. I can't wait to see it, and we're gonna get so many new characters with Fade Routha, played by Austin Butler. I cannot wait to see. He'll be like the new antagonist in addition to Baron Harkonnen. So I think people are gonna get really excited about this as soon as like a trailer starts to drop, because a lot of people thought the first movie was boring. That was like, if people didn't love it, which a lot of people did, some people called it slow and boring and kind of pointless and like, oh, it's the teaser for the second film. It's like a trailer for Dune Part 2. This movie will probably meet your expectations if you were in that category.
Yeah, and Dave Bautista wrapped his filming, so he's all done on the film. Next up, The Good Nurse. The Good Nurse on Netflix has become the platform's best performing English language film. The thriller has clocked in at over 68 million hours viewed already in, I think, a week.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Extremely popular.
I kind of want to check it out because we all love serial killers and they're so hot.
So
all the
hot right
time.
now.
Serial killers are so hot. This is also based on a true story,
Yeah.
which is
I
wild.
watched the trailer. It's pretty crazy
about
story.
a nurse that kills people and is trying to cover it up and gets tracked down by a doctor. Moving on to Warner Brothers news with CEO, who's it, Zegler?
Yeah,
He's the CEO of
the new CEO. Yeah.
He wants to make like more Superman movies and more like pushing towards Superman, Batman films. And obviously there's a ton of rumors about Ben Affleck being in a solo Batman movie. We'll find out, but obviously we know Superman 2 is going to be a go, Man of Steel 2, whatever they're going to call it. But also he wants to make more Harry Potter movies if J.K. Rowling signs on. Now, I think she needs to like give them their blessing, I'm assuming, in order for them to go forward with movies. I think she still owns like theatrical rights.
She owns the rights to the property, yeah.
So they need to get her permission to do it, which I think is obviously a smart move because if you think about it, we haven't had a Harry Potter movie since, 2009?
Imagine if Radcliffe came back as Harry Potter.
I don't think he would. I don't think Radcliffe would come back.
Yeah, that would stay.
I think they would just more focus on original stories with characters in the Harry Potter world.
I want
Going forwards.
I want Radcliffe back.
Like
an aura.
Like we should get like a Neville Longbottom movie. Like
Longbottom Origins.
Longbottom Herbology.
Herbology Origins.
But I think that's a smart move. It's obviously their most valuable IP. It really is compared to, I mean, DC, yeah, but like Harry Potter is so valuable. It's so loved around the world in so many different countries. So I think it's a no-brainer to go forward and try to make more movies.
Yeah, I agree. Now it's time for the origins.
Origins!
Lupita Nyong'o is in talks to star in A Quiet Place, Day One.
Origins!
I'm just kidding. Origins isn't in the title, but Day One is in the title. Which is funny because we already saw Day One in A Quiet Place Part 2.
We saw the flashback.
This is basically turning into the Walking Dead spin-offs.
Yeah.
So Fear the Walking Dead.
The prequel spin-off is set to hit theaters March 8th, 2024. We don't know who's going to direct or anything.
And Krasinski has confirmed that he's not returning to direct any movies in the franchise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's done with the first two.
So he's not going to do the third one?
Yeah, he wouldn't.
I
do
mean,
the
good
third
for him.
one.
He proved his chops, and now he can pretty much probably do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's making a movie with Ryan Reynolds right now.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
They're filming right now.
That's really cool. I like how you said Lupita Nyong'o with an Italian accent. You're like, Lupita Nyong'o.
Nyong'o.
Next up, we have Christina Maloney. Is this the daughter of Chris Maloney?
No, the girl from Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, because I was gonna say like maybe
she's the mother in How I Met Your Mother.
Maybe he pulled a George Foreman and named like his daughter.
Wait,
after
no,
her.
did I spell her name wrong?
You said Christina Maloney. Is that her name?
I don't think so.
Let's fact check Anthony here. Fact checking Anthony. Dude. Here, I'll move up to the next bit of news before we get back to
I got it right here.
So Westworld.
Oh, it's Melody.
Meloti.
Yeah.
So Christina Melody.
Miliotti.
Wow, you're way off. Christina Milioti.
I was going by memory.
You missed like 7 letters in there. Christina Milioti is cast as co-lead in Penguin series with Colin Farrell. She will be playing Falcone's daughter. In this world, it's called Falcone versus Batman Begins. It's Falcone. So Falcone's daughter, who is canonical in the comic books, is basically a villain and antagonist to Batman. I hope that she's a villain. That'd be really cool in this TV series to like
in this origins.
We're not. It's like Penguins rise.
Rise.
This is all right. We should have a new thing. A rise movie.
Right.
Penguins rise.
Rise of the Penguin.
Rise of the Penguin.
Rise of the mid-tier gangster.
Rise of Christina Maloney.
Hello. HBO has canceled Westworld after 4 seasons. It just released its 4th season recently, and the ratings have never been good since the first season. I was a fan of the show, and then I actually gave up on the show after the 3rd season. Like literally midway through the 3rd season, it just got to be way too like convoluted and like ridiculous, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I think that they lost a lot of their fan base. Warner Brothers has been cutting everything that doesn't benefit them over the last
Which is
few
smart.
months.
I mean, that's what production and studios are supposed to do. I think a lot of studios in the last like 5 years, they've been going forward with projects that even though they're not making them any money, they're getting low numbers, they're still pumping a ton of money into them, just burning through cash for some reason. But now, with Zaslav coming in, he's like, we're not going to produce anything that's not going to get a ton of views and eyeballs and is not going to benefit us and make money.
Yeah, and the show is expensive, so it doesn't make sense to keep, because they wanted to do 5 seasons because the show hasn't wrapped up the story. They were planning a 5th, but then I think it's just way too expensive of a show. They shoot on film.
Their biggest production for TV, for sure.
Yeah, they have huge sets, lots of moving parts, so it's just a monster behemoth of a production. I'm guessing it has a comparable per episode budget as House of the Dragon, probably
Maybe.
a little less.
Probably like around 5 to 10
It's
somewhere.
definitely way up.
It's got to
there.
be 5 at
Yeah.
least an episode.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, those sets are elaborate, especially after season 2. I mean, it's a lot of money.
Lots of CGI.
Lots of a big ensemble cast too that
Yeah.
I'll have to get paid too. So I mean, it's a bummer. Obviously, you don't love to see when love.
I mean,
shows.
you never. Did you ever watch it?
I watched the first season.
Oh, did
I
you?
liked it a lot.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, this is Jonah Nolan's project and his wife Lisa Joy Nolan's project as well. But they just came out with their new show Peripheral on the Amazon, so I think they'll be doing okay.
Yeah.
Next up, Aubrey Plaza joins Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Origins. Coven of Origins. The Coven just got a little larger. Apparently, Aubrey Plaza is the villain, even though I thought Agatha was a villain.
No, she's a hero. We already predicted. We already predicted she's gonna be the good guy. The good gal.
Oh my god.
There's such thing as a villain anymore.
I can't keep up.
Yeah, she's not gonna be the villain in her lead show.
Anyway, so
that.
I think Aubrey Plaza is awesome. It'll be cool to see her in like a witch role if that's what she's going to be taking on.
She'll be probably like the leader of the coven.
The coven just got a little larger.
For all you fans of Enchanted, Amy Adams'
Yes.
film, they just released the trailer for Disenchanted, which is coming out on Disney Plus very soon. Go check that trailer out. Looks like a lot of fun. And what's happening is the fantasy realm is coming into our world.
Be careful what you wish for.
Shut up.
Next up, we have Theo James is starring in Netflix's TV adaptation of Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman. This will not be an origin story. It'll be a rise up story.
Spin-off Rise.
So since that people love that movie and they're turning it into a TV series, and this is what the plot's going to be like. So Ritchie wrote the pilot and will direct the first 2 episodes, which is cool news to hear. And for the show, Theo James will play Eddie Halstead, the son of his father, played by Matthew McConaughey in the film. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not the son of Matthew McConaughey. So let me take it back. He's playing...
You said the son of his father. Okay, all right.
Will play Eddie Halstead, who has inherited his father's sizable estate, only to discover that it's sitting on top of a weed empire owned by the legendary Mickey Pearson. So has this straight-up soldier got what it takes to master the dark arts of the British criminal underworld and take control of the entire operation? We'll find out. Pretty intriguing concept and plot. So it's a rise story.
I love that, because in the film, McConaughey's character buys as many estates as he can on this huge pieces of land, and underneath underneath underground, he has his weed empire growing.
Yeah, so he's renting. He's basically renting the land.
Yeah, renting land
from the lords of England and the UK all over the country.
Because then everyone's like, where is this weed farm in the UK?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It was a great concept.
If you haven't seen The Gentleman, sorry if we just spoiled it.
It's been a few years.
Sorry.
It's been 3 years.
Some of it. It's still a great movie. But that's cool. I like that Richie's going to do it. The first 2 episodes. I don't know if he'll showrun, but it seems like he's just going to set the tone.
We'll see. Mads Mikkelsen is set to lead Brian Fuller's new film, Dust Bunny. Fuller, who was one of the makers of the Hannibal TV show. Fuller is making his film debut as a director with this film from his own script. The story follows an 8-year-old girl who enlists the help of her intriguing neighbor, played by Mikkelsen, to kill the monster under her bed that she believes ate her family. Reminds me of When a Monster Calls, kind of that kind of vibe.
Were you ever afraid of dust bunnies when you were a kid?
Dust bunnies? No. Were you?
Still am.
Seems like an odd thing to be afraid of.
Moving on to Billy Bob Thornton, Giancarlo Esposito.
I love how you just moved away from that.
Kiki Kwan.
Without answering.
I'm burying that trauma. And Anthony Mackie joined the Russo brothers' Electric State. Now, the story is set in an alternative future where it follows a teenage girl, Millie Bobby Brown, who realizes that a strange but sweet robot who comes to her has actually been sent to her by her missing brother. She and the robot set out to find the brother in an imaginative world of humans mixing with all manner of robots, uncovering a grand conspiracy in the progress. Chris Pratt, Brian Cox, Stanley Tucci, and Jenny Slate are also in the cast. This is a stacked movie. Holy crap.
Great cast.
Hopefully it's better than The Gray Man.
Last month, Jennifer Lawrence was cast as Elizabeth Holmes in Adam McKay's upcoming film Bad Blood, which will be a biographical adaptation of the story. But she actually just dropped out because she watched Amanda Seyfried's performance on the Hulu miniseries and said she doesn't want to do it after watching that. She said, Amanda Seyfried did great. Why would I do the same character a year later? So she dropped out of the project.
That's really respectful. I watched that show. I didn't love the series and the writing, but Amanda was terrific in that role.
Yeah.
She was stellar.
I watched a little bit when you had it on. I was like, wow, that's
I think it might be
spot
her best performance.
Spot
Just the
on.
writing of that show was just not there for me. It was meh.
I think they just try to churn out as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
probably.
it was okay.
It could have been great.
It really could have. It's a crazy
great
story.
How is it not?
I've listened to 4 podcasts on that story because it's so fascinating and it's nuts what she did. And they turned into an origins.
Holmes origins.
It was an origins rise up story at the same time. You know how they do. What was she like in college? What was she like before college? It's like the flashbacks. Anyways, moving on.
Flashbacks in a TV series?
It was it was constant changing of time. The Good Place's William Jackson Harper, who also you might remember from Midsummer, just snagged a mystery role in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania.
Who is this? William Jackson Harper?
He's in Midsummer. He's the one who the guy tries to steal his paper.
Oh, the researcher one.
Yeah, the one who remember when he tried.
Gotcha. Yeah. Doing the what do you call that? Your final thing.
Thesis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
good actor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is on The Good Place.
Yeah, he's the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, that wraps movie news 72. We had some origins. We have our new Rise movies.
Rise.
This week in episodes, we have tomorrow's gonna be an episode on
Indie.
Indiana. No,
independent
independent films. So we put like Indiana Jones. We're gonna do that.
We just watched Indy.
We watched Raiders
with
of the Lost
Chandler
Ark
the
with
other
Chandler.
day.
So it's gonna be an episode on Tar, The Banshees of Inisherin, and Decision to Leave. 3 basically mini reviews all in one episode. They're not integrated, so if you haven't seen one of those, you can still listen to the other 2 segments. It's kind of like an old style we used to do, but we thought it'd be a lot of fun to bring attention to these great independent films that are in theaters right now. Highly recommend checking these movies out. If you have seen them, stay tuned for our reviews tomorrow. And also, we posted a movie poster giveaway contest yesterday on the YouTube channel. All you gotta do is comment on that video, and if you get chosen and selected as a winner in a week, you get to pick a movie of your choice, and we'll send you a movie poster with our sponsor, movieposters.com. It's easy.
Super easy.
So do that. If you're listening, just it's a no-brainer. You're watching on YouTube.
You got this.
Just go down, scroll, hit that back arrow, and you'll see me and Anthony's face with the movie poster giveaway, and just comment, dude, anything. Bruh. Comment your favorite movie.
All right. See y'all next time.
Later. Thank you for watching Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, notifications for sure. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you can listen to podcasts, and be sure to check out this other content we have on our YouTube channel.